Hello there. The Northern Ireland Protocol is not working because, as far as I can see, the EU does not want it to work. But the City of London looks set to fly. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost, and I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. And a big thanks to my Patreon and PayPal supporters. The Irish Border Protocol in the Withdrawal Agreement that kick-started the implementation period and signed up to by Boris Johnson is patently not working. The protocol was designed to maintain the balance between the Unionists and Nationalists on the island of Ireland by respecting the Good Friday Agreement, so favouring neither side. The GFA is a pair of agreements between the UK and the Republic of Ireland, which has worked extremely well in ending just about all of the violence of the Troubles. But now the EU has managed to get itself into the mix while on a power and territory hunting mission. And every day it becomes clearer that Brussels really does believe that the price the UK has to pay for Brexit is Northern Ireland. And they have been doing their level best to separate Northern Ireland from the rest of the UK throughout the entire process. They've used the GFA and now the Border Protocol to keep piling the pressure on. But in doing so, they display seeming total ignorance of the situation in Northern Ireland. They have completely dismissed the whole Unionist community as irrelevant to their aims of taking over. And as I've said before, a border down the Irish Sea is to Unionists what a border across the island of Ireland is to nationalists. And when Brussels uses that border down the Irish Sea as a geopolitical weapon, it can only increase anxiety and anger amongst those that wish Northern Ireland to remain in the UK. Even before the end of the Brexit implementation period, Brussels Eurocrats were boasting about slapping tariffs on all goods going from England, Wales and Scotland into Northern Ireland just to freeze our internal market up. That was why the PM Boris Johnson inserted those draft clauses into the UK Internal Market Bill. And then the EU tries to do the dirty with no discussion at all and uses Article 16 of the protocol to stop vaccines going from the EU into Northern Ireland via the border with Southern Ireland. At least they saw the sense on that one. But in the meantime, the protocol has caused economic problems in Northern Ireland, and it has caused the diversion of trade. And that diversion of trade is exactly what Brussels wants. But Article 16 of the protocol works both ways and caters for that very situation. It therefore allows the UK, after a period of negotiations, to use Article 16 itself to suspend any rules that get in the way of our trade with Northern Ireland. Now, Michael Gove, the Minister for the Cabinet Office, recently wrote to his opposite number in Brussels, Vice President of the EU Commission, Maros Šefčovič. In his letter, Gove detailed the changes that needed to be made as part of the ongoing process of making the deal work. However, what he received back was a reply that former Brexit Minister David Jones described as, "It is pompous, bombastic, sarcastic, patronising and threatening. It shows an intent on the part of the EU to put further obstacles in the way of trade between Northern Ireland and mainland GB. By triggering the Article 16 procedure at the end of January, the EU have shown their true colours. Despite Mr Šefčovič's protestations to the contrary, they have shown that they were willing to weaponise the Northern Ireland Protocol aggressively at the drop of a hat. The United Kingdom cannot allow this to continue. The Prime Minister has already indicated that we are willing to trigger Article 16 ourselves, and unless the EU adopt a more sensible, constructive attitude very soon, that is precisely what we should do." And another Tory Brexiteer MP, Andrew Bridgen, said, The Šefčovič letter shows that the EU's professed concern for Northern Ireland during the negotiations of the future relationship was a complete fraud. For the EU, Ireland has served its purpose during the negotiations, and the protocol will be used as a stick to beat the UK forever, and any collateral damage to the Irish Republic and inter-community relations is considered a price worth paying for the EU. In his letter, Šefčovič said that the border protocol is the only way to protect the Good Friday Belfast Agreement, preserving peace and stability and avoiding a hard border on the island of Ireland. And that for me is the whole problem. Brussels has no understanding of the Unionist views and concerns. Brussels does not factor the Unionist community into the equation. Brussels thinks that by ramming the single market into Northern Ireland and trying to drive the UK internal market out, it can increase its power footprint. They have no idea what separating Great Britain from Northern Ireland actually means. They also have no idea that in doing so it is also a breach of the Good Friday Agreement that they are not signatories to, but have wheedled their way into. Brussels should start listening to the Republic of Ireland's Foreign Minister Simon Coveney, who told the FT that the EU needs to be more amenable to UK requests, and that pragmatism and flexibility within the confines of the protocol actually strengthens the protocol. It doesn't weaken it. Although one has to say that the likes of Coveney did seem to be on the EU side over this whole affair right up until it started to potentially bite his republic in the backside. And as to the north-south border, no one cared when the Republic told their police very recently, the Garda, to make it hard and fine people crossing from the north to the south unless they had a good reason to breach their COVID rules. But were the UK to do similar, it would attract worldwide condemnation. Anyway, what I'm hoping that Michael Gove will, at the very least, do will wait for the requisite legal period in the protocol, then trigger Article 16 from the UK side to protect the UK internal market that the EU is so determined to rupture. But better still, Boris should legislate to drop the whole protocol nonsense. Moving on. The City of London is part of the UK's immense services sector and is a big money spinner for both business and the taxman. And a new group called the City United Project has been formed to put forward fresh ideas and promote policies that takes the city forward. This new project is both a campaign group and a think tank that will combat and negate the EU's actions by promoting bold new initiatives to exploit the UK's expertise in financial services. The Brexit campaign group facts4u.org has been heavily involved in this new project, and others include Sir Bernard Jenkin MP, David Jones MP, Lord Norman Lamont, Lord Daniel Hannan and Anne-Marie Morris MP. According to Facts for EU, the City United project says that the government must now accept that the EU has in effect denied normal cooperation with the city and its associated financial services, which represents one of the powerhouse engines relied on by the Eurozone itself, as well as by the wider European economy. Together, the new group is responding with initiatives, policies and recommendations for the government. Part of its aim is to combat and negate the EU's actions. It will also be promoting bold new initiatives to exploit the UK's expertise in financial services and to reset the agenda for global financial services. And the City United project vision is for a global city and UK financial services industry, serving the world and supported by a fair and competitive regulatory and taxation framework and the highest possible skills. The group also want to debunk rejoiner type talk designed to do the city down, like that recent Amsterdam story about them taking all our share trading, something I talked about in a recent video. It is also their aim to not only develop and consolidate the position of the City of London, but to also have a strong and prosperous financial services industry throughout the whole UK. And I will remind viewers that the UK has already given unilateral equivalents to the EU in 17 areas of financial services, while the EU reciprocated in only 2 areas, and those were both time limited. If the EU does this sort of thing with everyone else, then they risk shutting themselves down into their own limited market. And if they open themselves up to 1 or 2 other countries or trading blocs, like the US for example, then under the WTO General Agreement on Tariffs in Services, that's GATS rules, Article 7, the UK can approach the EU to trade with it on similar terms. And if the EU denies it based on an attempt to limit trade, then as I read it, they could be acting unlawfully. Now, there will be banker bashers out there, especially on the left, who want to see the city taxed to virtual oblivion. But they just need to watch the EU do that in the coming years, and then see what the ramifications are when all their talent flees for pastures newer and greener in the City of London. As a champion for the city, this new group could provide a lot of new ideas and impetus, as well as direction, to both government and the finance sector. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it by following the link in the descriptions box below, and support me on Patreon or PayPal. So what do you think about all of this? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching.